Welcome to this Unacademy CAT4MBA channel, and this is the basics of percentage session. Okay, so as you know that 2 p.m. is the time for the basics of mathematics session. So if you are preparing for CAT and other MBA entrance exams, this is the place where you need to be in case if you want to brush up your basics, right? So as you know, in the previous sessions, this is the lecture number 8. So up till lecture number 7, we have discussed all those important topics from basics of mathematics like HCF, LCM session. Okay, so as you know that 2 p.m. is the time for, right? So we have already discussed HCF, LCM, percentage, HCF, LCM, then surds, indices, fraction, decimals. In fact, I have also taught you, certain calculation shortcuts from Vedic maths. So I'm sure you have enjoyed those sessions. So let's go ahead with the basics of percentage. Before we go ahead, let me quickly tell you about myself in case if you are new to this particular channel. I have done my MBA and I am also an engineer. I have trained more than 10,000 students in last 12 years and I personally appear for CAT many times and I have scored more than 99 percentile in that as well. In fact, on this channel, we have best of the educators taking daily live sessions for various subjects of CAT and the MBA entrance exams. So like we have daily live sessions on quantitative ability, then verbal ability, logical reasoning, data interpretation, and even you get inputs for GK. So please be here for daily live sessions. Okay, now let me quickly brief you about the agenda for this session. So today we are going to discuss, quickly we'll understand what is percentage, what we had discussed during school. Then we'll look at some quick techniques to calculate percentage related calculations. Then we'll understand the concept of percentage change and successive percentage change. Then percentage increase versus decrease and few other concepts. And then we'll practice few questions as well. Right, now before we go ahead, quickly for your information, this is Unacademy CAT4MBA channel. So if you haven't subscribed to that, please subscribe it and do not forget to press the bell icon so that you can get regular updates about my sessions as well as the sessions from other educators. You can also subscribe to our Telegram channel, which is CAT4MBA. And before I go ahead, once again, you can also go for Unacademy subscription and you can enjoy many benefits. So these are the plan. If you want to have the complete preparation, you can go for the subscription. Over there you will get test series and personal attention, and you will also enjoy the leaderboard concept which is available on Unacademy channel. Fine. You can also use referral code SHAH10 so that you will get 10% discount. So just note down that code. Going forward, guys, let's understand what is percentage. So hi Varshini, Rajat, Shubhankar, good afternoon to all of you. Yes, so as we know that percent means per 100, percent, cent means century, century means 100. So we try to find out something with the base 100, right? Percentage is a fraction whose denominator is 100. It's as simple as that. Now let me take one situation to help you understand this one. So suppose I ask you this question, who between A and B is better at quant? A appeared for the test and A scored 30 marks in a 50 marks test, and B scored, A scored 40 marks, by the way. Let's make it 40. So A scored 40 marks in a 50 marks test and B scored 60 marks in 80 marks test. Okay, so can I say B has scored more marks than A, so B is better? No, we can't say it because the bases are different. The first test was of 50 marks and the second test is of 80 marks, right? So here we will try to understand that what could have A scored had the test been of 100 marks. Same way, what could have B scored had the test been of 100 marks? And this is where we use concept of percentage. So can I say out of 50, if A scores 40 marks, so out of 100, he would have scored 80 marks. Same way, out of 80, B scored 60 marks. So if you do a bit of calculation, you will realize that out of 100, B could have scored 75 marks. Are you getting this point? B would have scored 75 marks out of 100 because this 60 is 3/4 of 80. So what is 3/4 of 100? 75. So now you can make out, okay, A has scored 80% marks and B has scored 75% marks, and definitely A's performance is better than B. So whenever you want to compare two values where the bases are different, you try to bring them at a common base, and we take that common base or that common denominator as 100. So this is how we use concept of percent or percentage. Percentage is a fraction whose denominator is 100. So I'm sure you have understood this basic part. Yeah, hi Nicole and Aronima. Yeah, good afternoon to all of you. So let's quickly look at how to calculate percentages. So guys, if I ask you this question, what is 19% of 720? Most of the students do it this way, 19 upon 100 into 720, and then they cancel off the factor and they solve it. But this is not the method. This is not the correct method if you wish to get good score in this entrance exam. So we will see how to quickly calculate this. Okay. Now before that, let me ask you a few questions, everyone. So answer this question quickly. Take a number, write down this number in your notebook. It is 720. And now tell me what is 50% of 720. Can you quickly tell me what is 50% of 720? It's 360. Yeah. Hi Akash. Just a moment. So guys, those who want to attend my special session on Unacademy, you need to search me by this name, Ronak Shah. Please search me by this name right away. Download the Unacademy mobile app and search me by this name. Yes, Shubhankar, you are saying that you tried to search me on this, but you couldn't find me. So definitely you can just download the Unacademy mobile app and search me by this name, and then press the follow button. Okay, in case if still the problem persists, you can just write me in the comment section of this video or any other video and I'll revert. Fine guys, so coming back to this question. So I have asked you to find out 50% of 720. Of course, it's 360. Very simple. Make it half. What is 10% of 720? So 10% means you need to put a decimal before a digit. So it's 72.0, or you can say 72. Correct? Okay. Same way, if I ask you what is 10% of 128, so it will be 12.8. Just put this one digit aside and put a decimal before that. That's how you can quickly find out 10%. Very simple, right? Now, if I ask you what is 5% of 360, once again, coming back to 360, what is 5% of that? 5% of 720, sorry, not 360. So of course 10% is 72. So can I say 5% is half of 72, that is 36? Everyone, are you all with me? Great. Okay. Now if I ask you find out 1% of 720. So for 1% you will put decimal before two digits. So it will be 7.20, or you can say 7.2. Yeah. Have you understood the same way? If I ask you what is 1% of 128, so you will say it's 1.28. This is 1% of 128. Are we clear? So you should be able to quickly find out 50%, 10%, 5%, 1%. In fact, if I ask you what is 0.5% of 720, so of course if you know 1% is 7.2, so 0.5% will be 3.6. Very simple, right? So guys, what I'm trying to tell you is finding this percentage of any number is very simple. Now let's look at that question once again. What is 19% of 720? So if you want to find out 19% of 720, you can think 19% as 20% minus 1%. Now what is 10%? 10% is 72. So what is 20%? Double of that. It will come out to be 144 minus 1%. It is 7.2. So 144 minus 7, it's 137. Again 137 minus 0.2, it's 136.8. See how easily we got the answer. Of course, I'm explaining, so it still looks slightly longer, but if I do it in my mind, it should not take more than 3-4 seconds for you. Are you getting this point, everyone? So have you all understood this? Show me a thumbs up if you have understood this part quickly. Show me a thumbs up. So 19% of 720 is 136.8. Right. Great. So this is one way of making faster calculation. Okay. Right. What is the other way? So the other way of making faster calculation is you can remember this fractions and equivalent percentages. Okay. So for example, if I ask you what is 12.5% of 720. Okay. So you can of course do it 10% plus 2% plus 0.5%. But for this kind of values, what I'll suggest is straight away remember the fraction equivalent. So what is the fraction equivalent of 12.5%? Guys, this particular fractions and equivalent percentage are frequently used. They are frequently used. Okay, you will understand this part soon. So that's why I'll specifically ask you to remember this many fractions and equivalent percentages. Are we clear? Right. So, 12.5% is equivalent to 1 by 8. So we need to just multiply the 720 by 1 by 8, or you can say divide it by 8. So it's going to be 90. We can quickly do it, right? So this is where we are going to use this fractions and equivalent percentages. So please quickly note down this thing in your notebook. 1 means 100%. Okay, 100% of any number, matlab the number itself multiplied by 1 in simple words. Same way, 50% means half, right? 33.33% is 1 by 3, or you can say 1 by 3 is 33.33%. Then 1 by 4 is 25%, 1 by 5 20%, 1 by 6 16.66, 1 by 7 14.28. If you had attended that previous session, in fact the second session of the basics of math series, okay, which I conduct every day in the afternoon at 2 p.m. so in that I had I had taught you those fractions and decimals. In that also I had given you a table of fractions and equivalent decimal. So if you remember that table, this is the similar table. You have just multiplied those decimals by 100 and you have got this thing. Yeah, hi Harsh, good afternoon. Fine. So if you can remember up to 1 by 12, it would be a great help to you. So after this we are going to discuss profit and loss, and then SICI, and even ratio, proportion, mixture, allegation, and also everywhere you will require to use this percentages, and this fractions will become very handy. So I'll show you that once we come to those concepts. Okay, so yeah, I hope all of you have understood this, guys. Yeah, if you have understood, then press the like button quickly. If you are with me, press the like button. Now there is another important aspect that we need to understand, this multiplying factors. We need to understand this multiplying factors in order to enhance our percentage calculation speed. Okay. So let me help you understand this multiplying factor. These are extremely important. This multiplying factor that we are going to discuss, if you can understand this thing, your 90% of percentage related understanding is completed. Okay, fine guys. So if I ask you 10% of a number, let's assume the number is X, and I want to find out 10% of a number. See, once again, if I give you number like 720, and if I ask you 10%, you will straight away tell me, sir, it's 72. Right? So finding 10% of any number is very simple, but when we deal in variables, then we'll have to use multiplying factors when we want to represent it in some equation form or so. So 10% of a number, by which factor shall we multiply? Can you please write in your chat box so that I understand that how many of you are aware about that. By what factor should I multiply X in order to get 10% of X? By what decimal number should I multiply? Yeah, it's 0.1. So 10% of a number, the multiplying factor is 0.1, right? You will write it as 0.1x, correct? Yeah. So just to answer your query, Akash, you are asking, okay, sir, probabilities are very difficult. Okay, so definitely we will cover probability. So as you know that in the evening 9 p.m. once again I conduct daily live session, so you can attend the permutation and combination and probability session that I'm starting very soon. So keep attending this both afternoon and evening sessions over here at YouTube, and my special session at 5 p.m. on Unacademy platform. For that you should have downloaded the mobile app, and you need to search me by the name Ronak Kumar Shah, or even if you type Ronak Shah, you scroll down, you will find me over there. Okay, great, fine. Now what is the multiplying factor when we want to find out 30% of a number? So 30% of a number, the multiplying factor is 0.3x. Okay, same way, if I ask you 2.5% of a number, can you tell me what is the multiplying factor? 2.5% of x, is it 0.25x? 0.25 into x. Is 0.25 correct multiplying factor? No guys, 0.25 indicates 25%. Please remember, while we need to find out 2.5% of x, so the multiplying factors will be 0.025 into x, and this is what you need to understand. In fact, let's take one more example. If I ask you 4% of x, then multiplying factor will be 0.04 into x. But here it is 0.4% of x, so it will be 0.004 into x. So this is the multiplying factor. Guys, are you all with me? Have you all understood? Show me a thumbs up if you are with me. And if you have any confusion, then type your questions in the chat box so that I'll immediately address it. This is the benefit of live sessions. I mean, you can interact with me over here. Of course, if you want to have better interaction, make sure that you have downloaded that Unacademy app. And if you want, you can also go for subscription. Definitely, you will have better learning over there as well. Fine. So this is the multiplying factor. Then what is 150% of a number? Okay, so 150% of x. So I'll have to multiply by 1.5x. This is the multiplying factor. See, please understand, for 100%, the multiplying factor will be 1. Okay, so for more than 100%, say 150%, it will be 1.5. In fact, for 250%, can you tell me now what will be the multiplying factor? Write it in the chat box quickly. What is the multiplying factor for 250%? Everyone. Let me see how many of you are getting it correct. Arunima, Varshini, Harsh, Nicole, Shubhankar, everyone, Akash. Okay. What is the multiplying factor? Of course, 2.5. Yes, 2.5 into x. So when you want to find out 250% of a number. Okay, great. Fine. So now guys, let's look at slightly different multiplying factor. Now look at the question. I'm asking you a different question. Okay. What will be the multiplying factor when you want to increase a number by 10%? See, earlier we looked at the multiplying factor when we want to find out 10% of a number. Now we want to increase a number by 10%, right? So when you want to increase a number by 10%, the multiplying factor will be 1.1. So you will write it as 1.1 into x. Again, the number is x. How will you get it? So simply take 100% and add 10% to that. So you will get result as 110%. So you will write 1.10. That's the multiplying factor. Right? Okay, let's take few more examples so you become pretty sure about this concept. Everyone, increase a number by 25%. So if I want to increase a number by 25%, so what is 100 plus 25? It's 125, right? So multiplying factor will be 1.25 into x. Correct? It's 1.25 into x. Increase a number by 80%. So it will be 1.80 into x. Then increase a number by 150%. So now understand this part. 100 plus 150. It's going to be 250. So multiplying factor will be 2.5 over here. 2.5 or 2.50 into x. See, please understand, once again, let me clarify this thing. If you want to find out 150% of a number, then the multiplying factor is 1.5. If you want to increase a number by 150%, then the multiplying factor will be 2.5. Are we all clear with this, everyone? Okay, show me a thumbs up if you are with me. Show me a thumbs up. Right, same way, tell me what will be the multiplying factor when you want to increase a number by 4%. What is the multiplying factor? Write it in the chat box quickly, because this is slightly different. You want to increase a number by 4%. What is the multiplying factor? Guys, I'm going to give you questions where you'll require to use all these things. So make sure that you are very clear about all these multiplying factors, fractions and equivalent decimals, and the quick percentage calculations. As simple as that. You want to increase a number by 4%. By what factor should I multiply? Quickly. Yes, that's correct. It's 1.04. Yes, it's 1.04 because 100 plus 4. So it's 1.04. Varshini got it right. Shubhankar, you made a mistake. Fine. Same way, if you want to increase a number by 2.5%, be careful. It will be 1.025 into x. Right? So I hope all of you have understood this. You should be pretty clear with this multiplying factor. Quickly. So let's look at all of them once again. 10% of a number 0.1x, 30% of a number 0.3x, or 2.5% of a number 0.025x, 4% of a number, so 0.4x, but 0.4% of a number 0.04x. Right, 0.004 into x and so on and so forth. Same way, increase a number by 25%, 1.25, increase a number by 80%, 1.8, increase a number by 150%, so 2.5, and so on and so forth. So let's take one final set of multiplying factors, and this is about decreasing a number by certain percentage. So decrease a number by 10%. What will be the multiplying factor? Now, can you figure out? Write it in the chat box. What will be the multiplying factor, guys? Okay, so if you are not able to figure out, so 100% minus 10%, it will be 90%. So you will write 0.9, put two decimals, so 0.9. The multiplying factor is 0.9, 0.9 into x, correct? Okay, decrease the number by 25%, so 100 minus 25, 75, so 0.75 into x, that will be the multiplying factor. Decrease a number by 80%, so 100 minus 80, it's 20, so you will multiply by 0.20, or you can say 0.2 into x. Okay, now what if I want to decrease the number by 150%? Can you tell me what will be the multiplying factor over here? I want to decrease the number by 150%, right? So for example, if I take a number 1000, I decrease it by 150%. What will happen? What will be the value, and what is the multiplying factor over here? Tell me the multiplying factor. Write it in the chat box, everyone, quickly. Guys, is it possible? No, it's not possible. You can't decrease a number by 150%. You can't reduce a number by more than 100%. Okay, so recently I got a mail. I keep getting lots of junk mail because I also have my company. So there was a consulting firm, and they send me a mail saying that, okay, you avail our consulting service, will reduce your cost by 300%. The only way I can reply is I replied them and I asked that CEO of that company that you join my mathematics class and I'll teach you percentage first. You can't reduce any number by more than 100%. How can you reduce my cost by 300%? Right? So I replied very politely, but I asked him that you can join my special CEO batch. Okay, where I'll teach you the percentages. You will not commit such mistakes. So guys, you can't reduce any number by more than 100%. Remember this thing. You can increase it by as many percent as you want, right? So if you look at our politician salary, the growth in the politician salary, that's amazing. So their salaries over a period of time, I'll not take name of that party, but I'm talking about Mr. Papu, right? So his salary has gone up by what, some 9,000%. His income has gone up by 9,000% or something like that, as per the recent report. Okay, so yes, the value can be increased by any percentages, but you can't reduce it by more than 100%. Okay guys, right, fine. So I hope all of you have understood this part. Now let's look at few more. So decrease a number by 4%. What is the multiplying factor? Quickly, should it be 0.96? Yes, that's correct. What about if you want to reduce by 2.5%? 2.5%. Now you will tell me what will be the multiplying factor. Write it in the chat box quickly without any delay. It should be straight. 0. What? 0.25? No. We need to reduce by 2.5%. So what is 100 minus 2.5? It's 97.5. 100 minus 2.5 is 97.5, and again we need to put two decimals, so we'll write 0.975. yes, this is correct. Let me see how many of you got it right. So this is how you can decrease the number by 2.5%, guys. So whatever we have discussed up till now, it was all related to calculations. I have given you plenty of ways to make your calculations faster, because in CAT and other entrance exam, you also find data interpretation question. In fact, calculation based data interpretation question. And this percentages will be very crucial. Your speed at percentage and your understanding to the concept of percentage, right? It's very, very crucial. So that's why we are spending a little more time in understanding this part. Fine. So now let's look at the next concept. Yeah, in case if you have understood this concept, the previous one, please do not forget to press the like button. Quickly press the like button, guys. In case if you haven't done it, try to see if you press it twice, some miracle happens or not. Keep checking that as well. So now we are talking about percentage change. So where can we apply? So in a situation like this, revenue of a company increased from 35 to 45 crore. Okay, revenue of a company increased from 35 to 45 crore. What is a percentage change? So guys, the normal formula for percentage change is this one. You must have seen it in school or maybe in college, graduation also. Final value minus initial value upon initial value into 100%. right? So what is the final value over here? 45 minus initial value 35 upon initial value 35 into 100. So this will come out to be what? 10 by 35. Can I say 10 by 35 is nothing but 2 by 7 into 100 as it is. Now we know those fraction equivalent to percentage. Do you remember what is 1 by 7 equivalent to in terms of percentage? What is that? 14.28%. 1 by 7 is 14.28%. So 2 by 7 is nothing but 2 into 1 by 7. That is double of this one, 28.56%. So this revenue increase is 28.56%. Okay. In fact, over a period of time, I'll suggest not to apply this formula. Not to apply this formula, guys. Okay. Don't use all this formula. Instead, you can just see what is the base value over here, 35. And what is the increase? It's of 10 crore. So there is an increase of 10 crore over the base value of 35 crore. So percentage change is 10 upon 35 into 100%. Simple. And then you can quickly think, okay, this is 2 by 7. So straight away you can write down answer as 28.56%. Yep. Okay. Fine. So now let's look at this concept, successive percentage change. Everyone, we need to understand this successive percentage change, and this is a very, very important concept. So do one thing, stop writing, put all your things aside and just look at the screen and look at me. Okay. So let's take one situation. Here it is given that salary of A is 52,840 rupees and he gets an increase of 20% after first year of the service. But due to COVID, his salary was reduced by 10% in this year, that is second year of service. मतलब उसने 2018 में join किया होगा, 2019 his salary was increased by 10%. But in 2020, when it came to increasing the salary, instead of increasing, they decreased the salary because company found out that now we are going to be in some losses. So let's reduce the salary of all the employees. So his salary got reduced by 10%. Okay. So guys, here his salary, initial salary was this one, 52,840. And his salary was first increased by 20% and then it was decreased by 10%. So can I say the net increase in his salary is 10%? Is this correct? Yes or no? Can I say the net increase in his salary is 10%? Guys? Is this correct? Because first his salary got increased by 20% and then we reduced by 10%. So definitely net increase is 10%. Net change is 10% increase. Is this correct? Everyone type in the chat box yes or no. Quickly. So the answer is no. Why it can't be 10%? Because see, please understand, this 10% decrease is not on the base value. It's on this increased value. Okay, so here we need to find out what is the net percentage change in his salary over a period of 2 years. Okay, this is the situation. What is the net percentage change in his salary over a period of 2 years? So first of all, please understand it can't be straight away this way. Okay, 20% increase, 10% decrease, so net 10% decrease. It won't happen. Remember this thing. Okay, now let's calculate what is our net percentage change. Now here this value is of no use for us. It's of no use for us because we need to find out the percentage change. Okay, so let's assume his salary is rupees 100. Now first his salary got increased by 20%. So can I say 100 increased by 20%? So it will become 120 after the increase. Then his salary got reduced by 10%. Now you need to reduce this 120 by 10%. So what is 10% of 120? 12. Subtracted. So what will you get? 108. So his final salary will come out to be 108. Initially it was 100 and it has become 108. Can I say it has increased by 8%? So the net percentage change is 8% increase. Have you all understood this part? Everyone, yes or no? Show me a thumbs up in the chat box quickly if you have understood this. And if you have any confusion, then write it over there. So I'll explain that once again. If you have any confusion, ask me. So I'll explain once again. Great. Okay, so yeah, once again 20% increase and 10% decrease successively will not result in 10% increase. It will be 8% increase. Okay, fine. Have you all understood? Show me a thumbs up quickly. Yeah. Who didn't get this point? Yeah, everyone has understood, correct? So what we did is we took the salary as 100, the base value as 100, and we applied those changes in order to calculate the net percentage change. This is the easiest way to calculate the percentage change. Of course, Shubhankar is saying explain once again. Okay, fine. See, please understand, what did I mention? Okay, his salary is this one, and his salary got increased by 20% and then decreased by 10%. So net percentage change will not be 10% increase. Now to calculate that net percentage change, you assume the value as 100 and then apply those 2% changes. Okay, let me apply those 2% changes. So first his salary got increased by 20%. So this will become 120, 100 increased by 20%. It will become 120, isn't that? Now decrease this one by 10%. So what is the 10% of 120? Of course it's 108. So his salary was 100 and now it has become 108, right? So what is the net percentage change? Can I say it has increased by 8% effectively? This is the net percentage change, 8% increase, correct? Everyone? Yeah, have you all understood now? Shubhankar, is that clear? So there is one more way to solve this problem to calculate these net percentage change due to two successive percentage changes. There is one more way, and we can apply a formula. So here is that formula. If you want, you can use this formula also: x plus y plus xy upon 100. So this is the formula for this one. Okay, now what is x? X is the first percentage change. If it is increased, take positive. If it is decreased, take negative. Same way, what is y? It's the second percentage change. Again, if it is increased, take positive. If it is decreased, then take negative. So here, can I say first the salary was increased by 20%, so I'll write positive 20, then decreased by 10%, so minus 20, plus 20 into minus 10. This is minus 10. Divide by 100. If you solve this, 20 minus 10 is 10. And this is 200 into minus 10 is minus 200, divide by 100, it's minus 2. So it will come out to be 8. Positive value means it's 8% increase. So this is another way of doing it. Of course, 100 method will be slightly better, but in certain situation, you may also have to use this formula. Okay, so you can also note down this formula. Have you all understood this? Once again, everyone, show me a thumbs up if you have understood this. And yes, do not forget to press the like button. So quickly like this video and share it with your friends also. You know, every day or every alternate day, maybe if not every day, you can post the session that you attended on your Facebook page and on your Instagram page. Make it a daily routine. In fact, let the world know that you are preparing for CAT. You are coming. Okay. Fine guys, so yeah, now let's look at one important concept: percentage increase versus percentage decrease. Everyone, once again, let's assume let's bring that Mr. A back. His salary is 100 rupees right now. His salary is 100 rupees right now. Now after first year he got an increment of 25%, and after second year his salary got reduced by 20%. Can you tell me what will be the net change, net percentage change in his salary? Will it increase or decrease, and by how many percent? Quickly tell me, write it in the chat box. What will be the net percentage change in his salary? Everyone. Yeah. So great. Okay guys, please quickly tell me quickly calculate using the method that I have just explained. Okay, apart from that, just want to tell you that from today, every day there will be this session, in the evening. So from in the evening 10 to 11 there will be LRDI session. In fact, so this will be on YouTube, our CAT4MBA channel, 10 to 11 in the evening, that is 10 to 11 p.m. And apart from that, 1 to 2, he'll also conduct special class. So he'll also conduct special class, Mr. Shyam Jagrup. So if you want, you can attend this session also. So you can attend one of the session. I mean, you really don't need to attend both the sessions. One of the sessions should be fine for time being. Yes, it will come out to be 0%. Everyone, it will come out to be 0%. There will be 0% change. if you just check. Isn't that? Have you all understood this? Why? Let's quickly look at everyone. 100 increased by 25%, 125. Now what is 20% of 125? It's 25. Reduce it, so it will become 100. So what I'm trying to tell you is, now this is the point that I'm making, guys. Understand this part very thoroughly. If you increase a value by 25% and successively if you reduce it by 20%, this will get cancelled off. This two pair, increase and decrease, will cancel off each other. Same way, if you increase some value by 100% and subsequently reduce it by 50%, again this will get cancelled off by each other. Yes, this will get cancelled off by each other. Same way, if you increase something by a value by 33.33% and you reduce it by 25%, again this will cancel off each other. Let's take one example. Let's take one example for this one. Suppose Mr. A's salary is 2000 rupees. Increase it by 100%. So can I say after an increase of 100%, it will become double? It will become 4000. Increasing something by 100% matlab making it double. And then decrease it by 50%. So what is 50% of 4000? It's 2000. Reduce it by this one 50%. So it will again become 2000. So can I say it was initially 2000 and now once again it has become 2000? So that means this two pair of percentage will cancel off each other, right? And this is what I'm going to give you right now. So there is a table which I'd like to give you, which summarizes certain pair of values. So pay attention, stop writing and just pay attention here. 100% increase will get cancelled off by 50% decrease. 50% increase, so 33.33% decrease, and so on and so forth. In fact, it's very simple to remember these pairs because 100% is 1, 50% is 1 by 2, 50% is 1 by 2, 33.33% is 1 by 3, 1 by 3, so 1 by 4, and so on and so forth. So what should be the value over here? Can I say this is 1 by 8? 12.5% is 1 by 8. So by how many percent should we reduce over here? Can I say we should reduce by 1 by 9? So 1 by 9 is equivalent to 11.11%. So 12.5% increase will get cancelled off by 11.11% decrease. Guys, have you all understood this? Okay, in fact, let me generalize this thing. So in general, if I increase a value by 1 by n and subsequently if I decrease it by 1 by n plus 1, this two will cancel off each other, right? In terms of fraction, this is how we can understand. So if you have understood this pairs of percentage increase versus percentage decrease, please show me a thumbs up quickly so that we can go to the next part. Now we'll be starting with the questions, practice question. We'll look at certain questions in last few minutes. Yes, everyone? Fine. So now please fill in these blanks. You need to fill in these blanks. And let me quickly show you how should we do the calculation. So don't start solving these questions. Let me give you an idea that how do you make such calculation. In the first question, you need to find out 60. You need to find out a number, 60% of which is 75. So what should be that number? 60% of that number is 75. Okay, so we can assume that number as x. That's one way, of course. So 60% of 60% means 60 upon 100. Of means multiplication x, which is equal to 75. And we can solve this one. So this is 6 by 10. That is 3 by 5. If I multiply it on the other side, so it will become x is equal to 75 into 5 by 3. And if we solve this, it will come out to be 125. This is the longer approach, right? So unless you don't find any other way, you will not go ahead with this one. Okay, only when you feel that no, you are not able to figure out what is that value by trial and error or mental calculation, then you can make the equation and you can solve it. So this is the longer approach. The answer over here is 125. Okay, but now look at this question. Everyone pay attention. 5% of which number is 6? Can you quickly tell me 10% of which number is 6? Can I say 10% of 66? Yes or no? Right. So now we want to find out 5% of the sum number, which is again 6. So instead of 10, if you are writing 5, so instead of 60, what should we write? We should write 120. See, please understand, 10% of 66, so 5% of 120 will be 6. 2.5% of 240 will also be 6. You know, if I make it half, then this value has to be doubled. Are you getting this point, everyone? Are you all clear with this part, or do you want me to show it once again? Yeah, fine. So let's take a few more examples. So I'm sure things would become pretty clear, but the answer should be 120 over here. Simple. It should be 120, as simple as that. Yeah. Okay. So now let's look at this one. 30% of which number is 62? If you observe, there is some relation between 31 and 62. 31 twos are 62, right? And we want 620. So we understand that if I take 1000 over here, so what is 31% of 1000? 310. Yes or no? Well, we want double of that. So instead of 1000, we should take 2000 over here. So do it by trial and error. That 31% of 2000 is 620. As simple as that. Correct? So same way, tell me what is the answer for fourth one quickly. What percent of 700 is 210? Can I say 30%? Everyone? Yes. Same way, what about fifth one? What percent of 400 is 20? So what is 10% of 400? 40. So can I say 5% of 400 is 20? Enough? Yes. What about this one? What percent of 250 is 100? 10% of 250 is 25. 4 times kar do. 40% of 250 is 100. Very simple. Can you do it this way, everyone? So try filling the other blanks. Quickly do it in your mind and write it down. Tell me the answer for 7, 8 and 9. Type it in the chat box quickly. I'm waiting for your reply. It should not take more than 10 seconds for you to solve all this. As simple as that. 10 seconds. 1 second for 7th one. It should take about 1 second for this one. Then about 2 seconds for this one. And remaining 7 seconds for this one. Not more than that, guys. Yup. So 14% of 50 will come out to be 7. Okay. 14% of 50 will be 7. Right? And please understand, now let me explain one point over here, everyone. Okay, fine. You first type your answers and then I'll explain that. So 8th one, 3% of 7500, of course it's 225, and 22% of 675. So what you can do is you can think it this way: 20% plus 2%. What is 10% of 675? 67.5. So double of that. 67 2s are 134. 0.5 2s are 1. So 135. So 20% is 135. So can I say 2% is 13.5? Definitely. Add them, you will get 148.5. And that's why I said it will take 5 to 7 seconds, not more than that, everyone. So these are the answers, right? Now let's understand one very important point. Important point, everyone. Before we understand this, let me ask you one question. There is one question, slightly tricky question. Okay. So can you tell me what is 6.2% of 50? What is 6.2% of 50? Can you find out quickly what is 6.2% of 50? Write it in the chat box. Now see, if you are taking time for this, then let me simplify this one for you. You know, 6.2% of 50 is same as 50% of 6.2. This is same as 50% of 6.2. And you know 50% of any number is nothing but 3.1. Right? So 6.2% of 50 is same as 50% of 6.2. So same way you can think it over here even in this question. 14% of 50 is same as 50% of 14, which is 7. Right? So this is how the calculations will be simplified, guys. So the important point is, remember this part, x percent of y is always equal to y percent of x. They are always equal. Do you remember this thing? Will you remember this? Everyone, show me a thumbs up if you are all clear with this fill in the blanks question. If you have all understood. Yeah, that's great. And yes, do not forget to press the like button, guys. Fine, guys. So of course we could have taken a few more fill in the blank question, but here we'll directly go to the next part. Okay, so try to answer this question. What is a fraction equivalent to 75%? Of course, it's very simple, 3 by 4, because 25% is 1 by 4, so 75% is 3 by 4. But this is a slightly tricky question. Everyone. What percent of 5 by 3 is 3 by 4? So remember one thing, whenever you want to find out some percent of another number, so whatever comes after of in percentage calculation, whatever comes after of will go in the denominator. Put it straight away in the denominator. Very simple. Okay, so this 5 by 3 will go in the denominator, and this 3 by 4 will be written in numerator, and since we want to find out percentage, we'll put into 100%. If I solve this thing, this 3 will multiply over here, and this 4 and 5 will multiply with each other, so this will come out to be 9 by 20 into 100. That is, this will come out to be 45%. Very simple. Everyone, have you understood this part? So in percentage question, whatever comes after the word of will be placed in the denominator. As simple as that. Correct? Okay. Fine. Look at this question. So how will we solve this question? Just let me rewrite this thing. 3 by 4 upon 5 by 3 into 100. Okay, so price of a toy is P. What will be its price after an increase of 15%? What is the multiplying factor for 15%? Can I say 1.15? So the price will be 1.15 into P, or you can say 1.15 P. Very simple, right? Okay. In fact, let's take one more question. Now this is something that I want you to solve. 60% of a number is added to 60. The result is the same number. So find the number. Tell me what is the correct option, A, B, C or D. Solve this question. It should take about 30 seconds, even less than that, I mean, so, and then type your answer in the chat box, everyone. Harsh and Shubhankar, that 1.5 P is incorrect. It should be 1.15 P. Okay. 15% increase means the multiplying factor is 1.15. Okay. Fine. So 60% of a number is added to 60. The result is the same number. What is the answer? Yes, option B is correct. So how can we do it? So what is the multiplying factor for 60% of a number? See, I'll show you two methods for this one. One normal method and another shortcut. Okay, we'll look at both of this. It's a simple question, but again in that we have a shortcut. Okay, so 60% of a number, let's assume the number as X. So 60% of a number, the multiplying factor is 0.6. So 0.6 into X added to 60, the result is the same number. So 0.6x plus 60 is equal to X. Right, so X can be also interpreted as 1x. So if I just subtract this part from this one, so 1x minus x is 0.4x, which is equal to 60, and if you solve this, you will get x is equal to 60 by 0.4. So this will come out to be 150, right? So this is of course normal method. It will take some steps for you to solve, but what is a shortcut? So please understand, 60% we added to 60 and we got the same number, that is 100%. The number itself matlab 100%. So can I say I must have added 60% in the 40% of the number and I got this 100%. So that means 40% of the number is equivalent to this 60. So what should be the 100%? So you understand 2/5, 40% is 2/5. 2/5 is 60. So what is the complete 100%? So multiply it by 5 by 2 in inverse of 2/5, that is 5 by 2, and you will get once again this as 150. Straight away, all this thing has to happen in your mind. You don't need to even write this thing. This part should not be written. Straight away you can make out, okay, 40% is 60. So 100% will be 150. That's it. And this is the stage where I want you to reach. Right? If you want to cross that 90 percentile mark in CAT, 90 percentile in CAT, right, or ZAT, or any other exam, IIFT, or whatever exam you take, you will have to do it this way, guys. You will have to do it this way. Are you all clear? Yes? Can you show me a thumbs up quickly if you have understood this? Great, great, superb. Fine. So now see, we are left with just 5 minutes, guys. So our time flies away. I'm sure you also feel the same thing, right? So this was a simple question. Let's look at this one. Price of an article increased by 25%. By how much percent should it be reduced to bring it to the initial level? Can I say if the price of article is X, if we increase it by 25%, by how many percent should I reduce in order to get 0% change? Matlab, bring it back to X. Can I say it should be reduced by 20%? Everyone? It's a simple question. Correct. So let's take one more. In a container, 13 liters of milk was poured and it was still 35% empty. How many liters of water should be added to the container to fill it to the brim? How many liters of water should be added? देखो, मिल झोल की बात हो रही है, उसको पानी ऐड करके दूध को बेचना है. This is a malpractice. I am against this. In fact, I am also against Chinese products. So I want my students to be against Chinese products in favor of our nation. Let's go ahead with our Made in India campaign, guys. Made in India, you know. Fine. So everyone, yes. So in a container, 13 liters of milk was poured and it was still 35% empty. How many liters of water should be added to the container to fill it to the brim? Okay. So again, there are two ways to solve this question. Normal way. Okay. So, and then shortcut. Shortcut will be similar to previous one. In fact, we'll directly apply the shortcut. Guys, so please understand, this is that can. Okay. This is the can. We don't know what is the full capacity, but then when I added 13 liters of milk, you know, it was 35% empty. Matlab, can I say 65% of the can is filled by milk? How many liters of milk? 13 liters of milk. So to fill 65%, we need to add 13 liters. 13 5s are 65. Matlab, to fill 5%, we need to add 1 liter. So to fill 35%, can I say we need to add 7 liters? As simple as that, right? In case if you are not very clear, this is how you can do it. But many of you have already answered it correctly. So that's correct. It's 7 liters. Yes. Hi, Arvindra. Ravindra, A. Ravindra or Arvindra? How do you pronounce your name? Where are the others? I do not see any reply from Nicole and that Arunima, Akash. Akash is there, right? Okay. Who else are regular students? Harsh, Nicole, Arunima, Rajat. Where is Rajat? Hey, show me a thumbs up quickly. Great. Fine. So let's quickly take up a couple of more questions. Everyone. A. Ravindra. Okay, A. Ravindra. Hi, good to see you. Akash, you are there, right? So if A is 50% more than B, then what percent of C is A? If A is 50% more than B, then what percent of C is A? Everyone. Okay. So this is what we need to find out. Now guys, if you want, you can try on your own. Chances are very high that you will get wrong answer. Most of you will get 150% or 133.33%, something like this. Both of these are incorrect. So if you don't want to commit mistake in such questions, the simple way is start with C, because B is dependent on C and we can assume the values over here because all the data are in percentage. So let's assume C as 100. So B is 50% less than C, so B should be 50, and A is 50% more than B, so B is 50. What is 50% of 50? It's 25. Add 25 to that, so we'll get A as 75. So what percent of C is A? So just put C's value in denominator and A's value in numerator. into 100, so this will come out to be 75%. The answer is 75%. Guys, it's not 133.33% or so. So Harsh, you are correct, right? It's a simple question, but as you understand, our objective is to make the concepts clear. So I thought to explain this concept even in detail. Okay. Otherwise, of course, in the evening session, when I'm going to start with the actual CAT percentages and all, we are going to discuss. We are going to discuss some really challenging question. It will not be less than 2 lines, any of the question. Okay. So keep attending the session. Right. What about this one? 515 is 3% more than A. Then how much percent is 710 more than A? Everyone. 515 is 3% more than A. Then how much percent is 710 more than A? The first thing is, of course, 515 is 3% more than A. So can I say A should be 500? I mean, you can do it by trial and error, because if I assume A is 500, 1% of 500 is 5, 3% will be 15, add 15 to that, so we'll get 515. So this value is 3% more than A. That means A should be 500. Now, we need to find out, okay, 710 is how many percent more than A, right? So guys, here it's comparison. It's comparison. Okay, so it will be like, let's assume this is B. So how many percent is B more than A? So we'll write it this way: B minus A upon A into 100%. As simple as that. Okay, so what is B minus A? 210 divided by 500 into 100%. So if you solve this, it will come out to be 42%. That's it. Okay, so this is all what we had to see as far as this percentage session is concerned. I'm sure you would have enjoyed this session and you would have benefited a lot through this session. But once again, before I wind up, guys, you can continue learning and you can take up mock test and all. You will require to take mock test, and you will require to have personal interaction with the faculties, not only me but with even other educators. So I'll recommend you to go for Plus subscription, and for that you should have downloaded the app from the Play Store, Unacademy Learning app, and then after you have installed it, click on the plus part and then select your goal as CAT, and then you will see various subscription plan. In that you can go for this 1 year or 2 year plan. These are very cost-effective prices. In fact, you can apply my referral code, which is SHAH10, and you will get special 10% discount. So in case if your friends are also willing to go for this, ask them to apply this referral code so they can also attend my sessions over there. And yeah, don't forget to like, share and subscribe our channel, right? I'm sure you understand our goal to make it India's best channel for CAT preparation, CAT and other MBA entrance exam preparation, right? So please support us in this. You can in fact post today's video link on your Facebook page and the other session link as well every day, so that would help us. And yeah, we are soon starting the Telegram discussion groups, and we'll also tell you how you can download our PDFs and all. So that's it as far as this session is concerned. Yeah, keep learning with us. Thank you everyone. Adios.